Welcome to Yoga Glady. So I'd like to share with you a little practice, a short practice that is called releasing the psoas muscle. And this was requested by one of my students, so I thought I'd just share it and anybody can do it. It's useful for anybody because a lot of us tend to sit on chairs or in car seats, and all of these kind of forward folding activities that we do in our daily lives can contract and tense up the psoas muscles. So this is for releasing them. You'll need a belt or some kind of strap handy, so if you just have it somewhere nearby. So we're going to start lying down onto the back and bring your feet about hip width apart and the knees together. You can rest your hands onto your belly if you like. And bring your awareness to your breath. And as you inhale, feel your belly expanding. And as you exhale, have a sense of release and of letting go. Feel the weight of your bones surrendering to the earth. So the psoas muscles run from the diaphragm, attaching to the lower vertebrae, and then run through the pelvis to the top of the leg bones, the femur bones. So they kind of attach the lower and the bottom part of the body together. They're really quite deep internal muscles. So from here we're going to just bring the feet to hip width apart and the knees in line with the hips. Take a breath in, and then as you breathe out, press down into your feet and lift the tailbone. And then start to draw the knees away from the body and just gently engage your glutes to lift up the pelvis, and then start to reach your arms up and over your head. You're drawing the chest towards the chin and lengthening your front thighs and just gently stretching out the psoas muscles. And then when you're ready, slowly lower down. Let the arms come down. Slowly lower down through the spine until you come back onto your back. And then bring your right knee into your chest and bring your hands around the right shin, and then start to slide your left leg away and draw the right knee in towards you. And now just keep your right hand on your right shin, just below the knee, and reach up with the left arm. And keep drawing that right knee in. Keep the pelvis level and stable on the ground. Good. And then from here, if you bring your left hand back onto the shin and draw the right knee up towards your shoulder now, and then just lift up that right leg. And you can bring the hands either to the back of the thigh, or you can catch hold of the outer edge of your right foot and start to draw the right knee down towards the right armpit. And then just bring your left hand to the top of the thigh. There's a little bony bit there which fits perfectly into the palm of your hand, so you can just place your hand there, and that's the area where you might feel a nice stretch into the psoas muscle lengthening there on the left side. Good. And then from here, bring your right foot flat down to the ground, and then lift up your left leg. Take the hands around the shin, hug the knee in towards the chest, slide the right leg away, reaching into the heel. And then just holding onto the left shin with your left hand, reach the right arm up. And feel a line of energy from your right heel all the way up into your right hand. Bring your awareness back to the breath. And if you feel a stretch, see if you can direct your breath into it. Imagine you're breathing into that place, maybe breathing into the psoas muscle on the right side. Good, and then bringing the right hands to the front of the left shin, hugging that left knee in, and then just lifting up your left leg. And you can bring the hands to the back of the thigh, or you can take your left hand to the outside of the left foot and then bring the right hand to the top of the right thigh, holding the right buttock down to the ground and drawing the left knee in towards the left armpit, softening the jaw, the tongue and the throat and the forehead, and then gently releasing. And let's bring both feet flat down to the ground again and bring the knees back together. Take a few deep breaths in here. And then when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest, and you can either roll along your spine to come up or roll onto one side, and we'll come up to sitting and come to Sukhasana, snuggling the sit bones down to the ground, lengthening up to the crown of the head. And then just bringing the right hand onto the left knee and the left hand's behind, taking a little twist here, really lengthening the spine upwards and then spiraling around that vertical line of energy. And then coming back through to centre and bringing your left hand onto the right knee and the right hand's behind you. Inhale as you lengthen upwards, and then exhale as you turn over to the right. Good. Coming back through to centre. And now we're going to come onto the hands and come onto the knees. Come onto all fours. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Have the heels of the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Let's slide the right leg back. Come onto the ball of the foot, reaching into the heel. And then identify your left arm and reach the left arm forward and then raise the back leg. So there's a line of energy from the left hand to the right heel. Stay with your breath, just looking down towards the mat. Good. And then let's do the other side. So we're going to bring the left hands down, right knee down, and then extend the left leg back. Come onto the ball of the foot, reach the right arm forward, and then raise your back leg. Feel that line of energy. Bring your awareness to the breath. And then bring the right hands down, left knee down. Let's take the knees wide, bring the big toes together, sink your bum down onto your heels, and then reach the arms forward, melting the heart to the ground. Maybe come right up onto your fingertips, and then draw the armpits down. Broadening across the sacrum, lengthening through the spine. Good, and then just walking the hands gently in towards you, coming onto your shins, and then bringing the hands behind you, walking the hands back, leaning into the hands, and pressing down into your knees, and then just lifting up your pelvis and lifting up your heart, gently turning the gaze upwards, engaging the glutes to lift the pelvis, and then slowly lower down. And then let's come up onto the knees and reach the arms up. Take the elbows wide, spread the fingers, and then start to sink the bum back down onto the heels as you glide the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale the arms up, and then exhaling, sinking your bum down. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling the arms up, and then exhaling, coming down. And then bring your hands down to the ground. Reach the hands forward, spreading out the fingers. Come up onto your knees, tuck your toes, and then lift up your hips, making your way into down dog. Good, and you can have a little play around here. You can bend one leg as you straighten the other, or come right up onto the balls of the feet, and then reach down into the heels, maybe one heel at a time. You might like to give your head a little shake or a nod. Good, and then let's raise up the right leg, reach into the heel, and then bring the right knee forwards and step your right foot forward and come onto your left knee. If you need padding under your left knee, then you can put something there. And then reach the arms up. Thumbs back, palms in. Good, now just bring your right hand onto the right knee and keep reaching the left arm up. So you're drawing the chest away from the pelvis and you're staying really grounded through that left shin. Good. And then bringing the both hands down, framing the right foot, tucking your left toes, raising up your right leg again. Reach right up into the heel, so you're in a three-legged dog pose. Bring your right foot down, and then inhale the left leg up. And bring your left knee into your chest. Step your left foot forward, come onto your right knee. Sweep the arms up. Thumbs back, palms in. Really lifting from the back of the heart. And then just bringing your left hand onto your left knee and reaching up a little bit more with the right arm. Really grounding through that right shin and having a sense of the left heel drawing towards the right knee. Good. And then bring the right hands down, left hands down. Tuck your back toes. Raise up your left leg again, reaching up into the heel. And then place the left foot down. And then walk your feet forward. Bring your feet to about hip width apart, bend at the knees, coming into a forward fold, maybe shaking out your head, your neck, your arms, your shoulders. Good, and then when you're ready, pressing down into your feet and slowly coming up to standing, coming up vertebrae at a time. Arriving on your feet, reaching up with your right arm and sliding the left hand down the left hand side of the leg. Really pressing down into the right heel. Inhale, coming up, and then reach up with the left arm and slide the right hand down the right hand side of the leg. Good, and then inhale, coming up. That's just my children running up and down the stairs. They sound like elephants, I know. And then we're going to step the feet a little bit wider, quite wide. So you have this perfect equilateral triangle between your legs. And then turn your right toes out, open up through your arms, turn the right palm up, reach up, and bring the left hands down the back of the left leg. So you might feel a nice stretch here into the right hip flexors. Coming back through to centre and then reaching and lengthening and dropping right hands onto right leg and reaching up with the left arm, turning the chest. And you'll probably feel the stretch here now in the left hip flexors. If you draw that left hip up and back even more, you'll feel the psoas muscles lengthening. Press down into the feet, inhale, coming up. And now we're going to just swivel on the heels, so turn the right toes in, left toes out. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So we'll turn the left palm up, reach up, and then bring the right hands down the back of the right leg. Come back through to centre, reach and lengthen, drop left hand onto left leg and reach up with the right arm. So you can either be looking down towards your left big toe or looking straight ahead, or looking up to your thumb if you've got the right balance. Good, and then press down into the feet, inhaling to come up, release the arms, turn the feet, left toes in. Just take a moment here, standing, and then turn your right toes out and bring your hands onto your waist. So this time we're going to come into a warrior one pose. So we want a little bit of width between the feet. So if you just kind of move your feet around so that you can turn your pelvis and your left hip's moving forward and the right one's moving back, and then bend at the right knee and reach the arms up. So you're coming into a warrior one pose, really reaching up with the arms. Good. And then we're going to come onto the ball of the left foot and reach into the heel. And this is where you can really feel a nice stretch into the psoas. So these muscles that attach from the lower vertebrae and run through the pelvis to the top of the femur bone, attaching the legs to the body, to the spine. Good. And then from here, if you like, you can bring your right hand to the back of your left thigh. See if you can reach it. If you can't, just rest your hand onto your lower back. And then keep reaching up with the left arm, up, 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 lifting the heart, maybe even turning the gaze up. Stay with your breath. Good. And then from here, we're going to bring the left hands down to the ground, plant it down, and then reach up with the right arm, turning the chest. Good. And then from here, if you bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot, use your hands to support you and swivel over to the other side. So you're turning the right toes in, left toes out. Turn the right toes in to about 45 degrees. So you can look at your foot, take your time, and slide that left foot out to the side a little bit so that you can bend your left knee and then rise up into Warrior One. Adjust your body as much as you need to come into your Warrior One. Remember, we're drawing the left hip back, right one forward, turning the pelvis, lifting the heart. Warrior One, really pressing into the outer edge of that back foot. Good. And then coming onto the ball of the right foot and reaching into the heel to feel that lovely stretch here in the right hip flexors. Good. And if you like, you can keep the right arm reaching up and then bring the left hand down the back of the right leg, lifting from the back of the heart, maybe even turning the gaze up if you've got the balance here. Stay with your breath. Good. And then when you're ready, start to bring your right hand down. Take the right hand in line with your left foot, plant the hands down, and then reach up with the left arm, turning the chest. Good. And then bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot, walk your hands into the middle, turn the feet so the outer edges of the feet are parallel. Let's just pad the hands forward, plug the heels down, and come into what looks like a wide-legged down dog pose. Let the head move down towards the ground. And notice how your exhalation starts to lengthen here. Good. And then when you're ready, bring your hands onto your waist and press down into your feet and inhale, coming all the way up. Good. And then heel toe your feet in together. And bring your feet to about hip width apart. Lift up the shoulders, roll them back and down, turn the palms to face forward. Close your eyes, scan through your body, come to the breath. Good, and now we're going to take a tree pose. So we're going to drop the weight onto the left foot, bring the hands to the waist, and then pick up the right knee and take it out to the side, and then bring it forwards and out to the side and forwards and then out to the side, and then either bring your toes down to the ground and rest your heel to your inner ankle, or bring the sole of the foot just below the knee, or you can bring the sole of the foot all the way up to your inner thigh and take the knee wide out to the side. Have the hips level. Bring the hands to the heart. You can either stay here, fixing your gaze to a still point, or you can reach your arms up or open up through the arms, reaching into your fingertips. Keep taking that right knee wide. Have a sense of drawing the sit bones towards each other to keep the pelvis stable and level. And then when you're ready, bring your hands back together and then to the heart. And let's just bring the right knee forward, pick up the knee, point the toes, turn the palms to face up, take a deep breath in, and then exhale and slowly lower your right leg down to the ground. And if you like, you can give your leg a little shake, as if you're going to shake it off, and then drop the weight into your right foot, hands to the waist. Pick up the left knee, take it out to the side and down. Do that a few times. Good. And then bring the sole of your foot into position, same as you did on the other side. Draw the sit bones towards each other, bring the hands to the heart, fix your gaze to that still point. And then when you've got your balance, reach the arms up. If you like, you can open up through the arms. Feeling all the different lines of energy radiating out from your centre. And then bring the hands back together and to the heart. Bring your left knee forward, pick up the knee, point the toes, turn the palms to face up, take a deep breath in, and then slowly lower down. And you might like to shake out that left leg too. Good. So from here, we're going to turn the toes out, heels in. Bring the hands together and then inhale the arms up. And then exhale down into a squat. You can press your arms into your knees and your knees into your arms. And draw the thumbs in towards the breastbone. Good, and then when you're ready, sit down. Bring the hands behind you, sit down. And then bring the soles of the feet together. And take the hands around the feet. And let's take some little Sufi circles here, circling around the belly one way and the other way. Good, and then we can fold forwards. If you want to slide your feet a little bit further forward, you can. Folding in. Hello, Pablo. Pablo's come to join us. Good, and then from here, we're going to cross the legs and then come onto the hands and the knees, spreading your fingers nice and wide. And then bring your right knee to your right wrist and slide your left leg back. If there's a big gap under your right buttock, get a cushion or something and wedge it under there. You want the pelvis to be level. So that left leg's going straight back behind you and you're pressing all of your left toes down to the ground and then coming onto your fingertips and lifting the heart. And this is where we get a really nice stretch into the psoas, same as in the high lunge. So we're lifting the heart, even directing the breath into that stretch. And then when you're ready, just walking your hands forwards, maybe coming onto your elbows and forearms, or walking the hands all the way forward and then melting the heart down to the ground. Good, and then bring the hands in towards you. Come up onto your fingertips, lifting the heart. And then plant your hands down. Come onto your left knee and slide your right knee back. And then we'll take it to the other side. So we're going to bring the left knee to the left wrist. Slide the right leg back. Press down into all of your toenails on your right foot. Come onto your fingertips. Use padding under your left buttock if you need it. So the pelvis is level. And you're lifting the heart forwards and up. And then walking the hands forward, padding them forward and folding in. Good. And then when you're ready, just walk your hands in, coming up. And then coming back onto your all fours. Sit down onto the heels and then bring your right hands to your left knee and your left hand behind you. Take a little twist here. And then let's take that to the other side. So the left hand to the right thigh and the right hand behind. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, turn. Come back through to center and then sit down to your left. And bring your legs forwards. You might need your belt now, so if you've got a belt, have your belt handy. And then we're going to reach up with both arms, and then reach the heart towards the feet. So if you can't reach your feet, you can take your belt and bring the belt around the balls of the feet and then fold in like that. Option to bend the knees and wrap the arms under the knees and then slide the legs forward. So you can also do that. So we're just coming into a nice forward fold. Good. And then coming up and coming onto the soles of the feet and bringing the hands behind you, leaning into your hands, taking a breath in. And then as you breathe out, press down into your feet and lift up the pelvis, coming into tabletop. Engaging the glutes to lift the pelvis. Holding for a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly lower down and lie down onto your back. And for the next one, you're going to need your belt. So we're going to bring the right knee into the chest, slide the left leg away, and then take the belt around the ball of the foot and extend the right leg up. Really reach up into the heel, soften the shoulders down. Have a sense of drawing that right femur bone into the socket. So you're pulling with your hands and then pushing with your foot to get the right tension. And then take both sides of the belt into your right hand and bring your left hand to the top of the left thigh, just where that little bone is sticking out, and place that bone into the palm of your hand. Hold the left buttock down and then start to draw your right leg over to the right. So I've got a wall here, so I can't take my leg very far out to the side, but that's okay because it still feels good. I'm getting a good stretch to the inner thigh and into the psoas muscle, the external rotation there. But you can take the leg as wide as you like and maybe even bring it down to the ground. And turn to look out over the opposite shoulder. Good. And then bring that right leg back through to centre. And then from here, let's lift up the left leg and bring the left foot inside the belt too. So we've got both legs inside the belt, both legs extending up. Hands are about 6 inches away from the feet. I guess it depends on how long your arms are, but my hands feel comfortable here because my shoulders are still relaxing easily down to the ground, and the bones and the joints are kind of stacked vertically through the legs. So that feels good. And now I'm going to move the right leg and slide the right leg away, reaching into that right heel. So I'm kind of pulling gently with my hands and then pushing with my left leg. And breathing deep. You can breathe all the way down to the tops of the legs. And then take both sides of the belt into your left hand to bring the right hand to the top of the right thigh. And now I'm going to draw this left leg over to the left and turn to look to the right. I'm holding my right buttock to the ground, turning to look to the right, softening the right shoulder down, almost feeling the ground coming up to meet my right shoulder. Staying with a calm and steady flow of breath. Good. And then inhaling, left leg back through to centre and moving the belt, bending the knee, hugging the knee in, and then sliding left leg away. Good, and that's it. I'm going to let the feet fall out to the sides of the mat, palms face up to the sky. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Take your breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Feel the whole body heavy and relaxed on the ground. Completely release and relax all the muscles in your feet, your heels, your ankles, your calves and your shins, fronts and backs of knees, fronts and backs of thighs. Soften the buttocks, release the lower back, middle back, upper back. Let your shoulders roll downwards and outwards. Tops of the arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, fingers, fingertips. Back of the neck, back of the head, crown of the head, forehead, the eyebrows, the space between the eyebrows. Soften the eyes under their lids, cheeks, ears, nose, mouth, tongue, chin, jaw, throat, chest, navel, abdomen. The whole body completely relaxed. Feel your body being breathed. And when you're ready, start to deepen your breath. Breathing into your fingertips and your toes. Bringing a bit of movement into the hands and the feet. Spreading out the webs between the fingers and the toes. Stretching out arms and legs. Bringing your knees in towards your chest. Wrapping your arms around your shins. Rocking from side to side across your sacrum. Extending arms and legs up towards the ceiling. Circling through the ankles and the wrists. One way and the other way. Shaking out arms, shaking out legs. Bringing knees back to the chest. Rolling onto one side. Pressing down into your hands. Using your arms to help you come up. And then coming back to sitting in Sukhasana. And just bringing your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. Breathing all the way down into the belly. And bringing the right hand to meet the left hand. Lifting your heart to your hands, bowing to the wisdom deep within yourself. Thank you for sharing this practice. I hope it was useful. Please feel free to give me any feedback, or if you have any requests, just let me know.